Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rockin' Reaction Rollers, where we react to music that we grew up with from the 60s to the 90s, and my name is Tammy. It's Tuesday night, so what we do on Tuesday nights, for those of you that are new to the channel, is we do a Tammy's Twofer, and what that is I play a couple songs that I want to hear that have something to do with each other. They have something in common, and so that's what we're going to do tonight, and so this time I'm going to let you guys guess at the Tammy's Twofer. We haven't been on in a couple weeks, but I'm going to let you guys guess it this week. And so that means you got to watch both videos if you want to figure out what the twofer is. But before we get started with the night and the song, I want to shout out to the winner of the most views. So congratulations to Gregarious, YouTuber Gregarious, one with the 1991 song called Stars by Simply Red with 235 views. So Gregarious, if you can get a request in to me, we'll get it played this Friday night for being the winner of the most views. So congratulations on that. And for those others of you that I have a lot of comments out there I haven't answered. I think I've pretty much read them all, but I've just been too darn busy. And that's why I'm on early tonight, and we're going to be a little mellow tonight because Tammy's ready for some shut-eye. I've mowed today. I've been to an hour away, doctor's appointments. It's just been one of them days. So anyway, maybe these songs will kind of contribute to some of that and kind of help me get through some of this. But it's just going to kind of be a mellow night, just so you know. But we're going to get started. The first one we're gonna do is the 1973 Pink Floyd tune called Time. And so, like I said, I'm not going to tell you what the twofer is, but you have to come back to the next one to know. So we're just going to get to the song. This has always been one of my favorite Pink Floyd songs, and it was earlier Pink Floyd. This song came off of the Dark Side of the Moon album, and that's where a lot of us landed, and that was like our favorite album of theirs, or, you know, even earlier than those years. You know, everybody knows The Wall and all that, but they were better before then, I think, in my opinion. So anyway, we're just going to get to the song. We're going to do the 1973 Time by Pink Floyd.
sunshine, staying home to watch the rain. And you are young and life is long, and there is time to live today. And then one day you find 10 years have gone behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting line.
Forgot to stop the song. I was getting so engrossed in it there. So there's only like a couple minutes left of it, even though it is a 6 minute and 54-second song, and I'm hoping I can put it on. But anyway, we're doing the 1973 Time by Pink Floyd as part of the Tammy's Two for Tuesday. So you have to come back for the next song to figure out what that two for is, but we're just going to get back to it. Gosh, it's been a while. Been a while since I've heard that one. I've always loved the lyrics to this song, but I think this is one of those songs that mean more to me as I'm older than it did when I was younger. Even though I've always liked it, I've always liked the lyrics to it. It's just one of those songs you just want to set off in the corner with some headphones on and listen, just the drums and all that. But it starts out kind of slow, playing too much music and the clock it's about to make me go to sleep. But it gets really good, I think. And so I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. But anyway, we'll talk about the twofer, like I said, in the next song, so you have to come back for that. Now let's see what they have to say about the song in Pink Floyd here. Okay, David Gilmour of Pink Floyd is the singer in this song, but I believe that Roger Waters is who wrote it, because that's what it's about, is his life in a way. And we'll talk about that. But it says, Pink Floyd are an English rock band formed in London in 1965, gaining an early following as one of the first British psychedelic groups, and they were distinguished by their extended compositions, sonic experiments, philosophical lyrics, I didn't say that word right, and elaborate live shows, and became a leading progressive rock band. And then it says, as far as the lyrics, Roger Waters says, the song's lyrics deal with his realization that life was not about preparing yourself for what happened next, but about grabbing control of your own destiny. And then it talks about the song a little bit. This song, Time, was not released as a single and therefore didn't chart individually. It was a part of the album Dark Side of the Moon, which reached #1 on the U.S. Billboard 200 chart and stayed in the top 200 for over 200 weeks. Wow. And at the time, let's see, and that was big at the time. It was the first time that happened, I think. So while Time itself didn't have a separate charting history, its inclusion on Dark Side of the Moon ensued its widespread popularity and recognition. So yeah, I had this album, and that I knew the song from that, but it has been played on the radio quite a bit, and it's still once in a while. I mean, I haven't heard it in a good while, but I still hear it from time to time on the radio. It is one that gets a little bit of airplay of theirs. But I've always liked the song. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, like I said earlier. Congratulations again to Gregarious for being the winner of the most views. You can get that request into me. We will not be on the channel tomorrow night, guys, so I'll try to get caught up on some comments tomorrow if you ask me any questions or anything. But otherwise, you might see a heart knowing that I read stuff. I got some emails to catch up on too, I see. So I got some stuff to do. But anyway, come back here in a few minutes. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Consider becoming a member. You can read about that underneath this video. And peace out.